This is a brief update regarding the Jehovah's Witness organization and their legal troubles in Nordic countries.
We have another exciting update regarding freedom of worship.
Pay close attention to how governing body member Tony Morris is trying to trick Jehovah's Witnesses into believing this is some kind of exciting update of persecution, all part of God's plan.
As Jesus foretold at Matthew 10:22, we face much opposition. Jesus said, "And you will be hated by all people on account of my name."
Here's the thing. If you behave badly, disrespect people, and do not uphold their human rights, at some point you are going to be held accountable. It ain't persecution.
To assist Jehovah's people, we have recently established the Freedom of Worship Office at the Central Europe branch. This headquarters department will coordinate our efforts to defend our worship in Europe.
What Tony didn't mention to the JWs is they still have the freedom to practice their religion. They just don't get to collect checks for it anymore.
Now, you might be wondering, the work has been established throughout Europe for many years, so is this really needed? Yes, it is.
Tony is hyping up members over the establishment of the Freedom of Worship Office, but what he failed to mention is that with their donations, they have hired a law firm in Norway, and now they have the perfect reason to continue to beg for more donations.
For example, recently the government of Norway decided that Jehovah's Witnesses would no longer receive certain state benefits that are provided to all registered religions.
There we have it. The Jehovah's Witnesses want to receive evil worldly money from Satan's wicked system of things because they feel it is their right to have it. And since we're speaking of rights, Tony, isn't it curious that you will take advantage of every right that is afforded to you? Every single opportunity is yours, but when it comes to your members, they are not afforded that same value. Tony didn't mention that the Nordic government is holding them accountable for being in violation of children's human rights. The governing body continuously prods their members for donations, but then you find out that they're receiving millions of dollars from the Nordic government. And inside the Jehovah's Witness organization, money only flows one way, and that is up, just like an MLM. The governing body have till December 20th to hand in all their proof to the Nordic government to show them that they are not in violation of human rights. And I am curious to see what they consider to be proof, because as a teen who was disfellowshipped, I can tell you, it fucked my head up. I will let you know if I hear anything and keep you in the loop. Did you see their statement, we've lost our religious status, and what's worse, the state financial aid? It's all about the money. Absolutely, when it comes to the Jehovah's Witness organization, it is all about the money. And now that they are at risk of losing their religious organizational status in the Nordic countries, there could be a fallout. Let's talk about it. It's a pretty big deal for Jehovah's Witnesses to be able to get married inside of the Kingdom Hall and have their wedding officiated by probably a friend, a local elder at the Kingdom Hall. But with their religious status being revoked, they're not going to be able to do that anymore. They will probably have to take a course and get registered with the government in order to be able to marry people. Number 3, Jehovah's Witnesses are exempt from the draft. What's going to happen now that they lose their religious status? Does that mean they're going to have to serve? Are they going to have to find another means to not participate? Are they going to have to go to jail? I don't wish that on anybody, but I am curious on how this is going to pan out. Number 4, this organization owns a lot of businesses. So what happens when all these for-profit businesses are no longer connected to a tax-exempt organization? There is going to be a boatload more of taxes that will have to be paid. This is going to piss off a lot of powerful people who are connected to the Jehovah's Witnesses. And what about property taxes? I am not sure how much land or how much property the Jehovah's Witnesses own in the Nordic countries, but I can imagine there's a lot of ownership that the members have no idea that's happening behind closed doors. The fact that they actually announced this to their members, that they are going through this in Norway, lets you know that this is super important to them. They are at risk of losing so much money and honestly respect, because quite frankly, all they need to do is stop shunning, stop breaking the law, stop harming children, and this would all go away. But instead, they're playing stupid and we don't understand why we're losing our religious status. Can you please help us? Can you give us more time? Time's out, babes. Hey, as someone raised in the JW call, I'm here for this content. Instant follow. Thank you. I followed you back. Guess what? I just thought of something. They are not going to be able to hide where their money is going. Holy freaking moly. Their books are going to be open. If they are not a religious organization, they can't hide what they do with their charity money. Charity money. We're going to see everything that they own. Like, that is why they're fighting this so hard. They don't want people to know what they're doing with the money. Oh my, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to have a meltdown. Yo, I've, yeah.